Hello there, I'm Snorri and we are playing Izzet Blitz in Pauper. We are on the draw against Joe65 in our second match of the league. Sadly, we have no blue mana for this hand, otherwise it would be nice if this mountain would be an island. Turn 1 Delver feels always great. But like this, we have to mulligan. Our opponent kept 7 cards on the play, and this is a fine hand. We might have in turn 3 Nivik Cyclops with a kill on turn 4 actually. Depending on our opponent's deck, this could be enough. So let's keep, and we find a Kiln Fiend, which is also very good. So we'll keep that. And we are playing against Affinity. Affinity is a pretty good matchup for us. Most of the time they don't have much interaction, especially in the first game. So often we can stick a Kiln Fiend and then just kill in 1 or 2 turns. So we take 1, and our opponent has 2 Flayer Husks here. And the Tree of Tails. The Tree of Tails indicates the green version of the deck, maybe even the 5-color version of Affinity. So it might be without Atog and Fling in there, which is one of the ways this deck can kill really quickly. Like this, 2 Flayer Husks and a Frogmite on turn 2 is pretty good, but it doesn't compare to our Kiln Fiend on turn 2, which can, if we draw a land, just win next turn. And even without a land, we might win next turn. Let's see what our opponent has. There is Atog. So this will be interesting to see. We can't Apostle's Blessing our Kiln Fiend to be sure nothing will happen. So let's start off with Gataxian Probe, pay some life, and see what's up. Our opponent has 2 Thoughtcast and no blue mana for that, so we are in pretty good shape. So another Kiln Fiend. Okay, what I'm going to do here is attack with the first Kiln Fiend and see how he blocks. Depending on how he blocks, the Mutagenic Growth plus Teemo Battle Rage might be a kill. And in fact, like this, it is. So we are going to Battle Rage here. We are winning on turn 3 on the draw here. Being stuck on 2 lands. This shows just how explosive this deck is. Bringing our opponent to -3 here. So he pretty much had to block with the Atog and sack a bunch of creatures. If he would have blocked with the Atog, I would have let the trade happen and played a Kiln Fiend. But like this, we just had lethal. So let's bring in the 2 Smash to Smithereens, because they are just for this matchup in particular. Also, let's bring in 2 Hydroblasts. Those Hydroblasts are strictly better than the spell, because their interaction only consists of Galvanic Blast and maybe Fling or their own Pyroblasts, all of which Hydroblast can counter. And Hydroblast especially can counter or kill Atog, which is one of the most prominent threats of the Affinity deck. So let's just bot out those 2 gut shots. Most of the opponent's creatures are bigger than that, and we don't really need that 1 point of damage. Let's submit and see what's happening. This hand isn't great. We have one Kiln Fiend, and we do have mountains to play it. Our opponent mulled 6, so we will keep, but keep in mind this hand isn't that great. Let's see how our opponent starts. Chromatic Star. So a slow start for our opponent, and we draw a mountain, which is pretty much the worst card we could have drawn. Still, we will be able to put down and tune to a Kiln Fiend, and our opponent has no second land. So it might even survive. Pauper here, very good. This means next turn we have 20 damage in hand, maybe even more. There's a Great Furnace. Now our opponent might do something great here. There's Thoughtcast. Not Thoughtcast. The Chromatic Star cracked for blue into now Hydroblast. Our opponent plays Hydroblasts and probably Pyroblasts, so it's going to be hard to stick a threat. But let's try anyway. Play the Diver of Secrets, and this time I think I'm going to just Gitaxian Probe to see what's up. There are 2 Carapace Forger, 1 Prophetic Prism, and Perilous Research. So our opponent is really greedy what his colors, when colors are concerned. He does play Prophetic Prism for this reason, but still, Apostle's Pressing is great. Even with just a Delver against Affinity, we can blink all the removal they have and can be pretty sure to swing in for lethal. Possibly. Here he's cracking the Chromatic Star to play Carapace Forger. And let's see what our Delver sees here. Terramorphic Expanse. That's bad. Now I'm going to play the Terramorphic Expanse here and crack it to find an island. The reason I'm doing this in my turn is so I can play the Ponder, and if I have a hand like this where I'm going to shuffle anyway because the Brainstorm might just lock us into drawing Hydroblast and Mountain, which aren't great here. If we had a hand we would have wanted to keep cards, we would have just run 1 and then had the problem we can't crack the Terramorphic Expanse if we want more cards than that in there. With the Brainstorm it's a bit worse, because getting Brainstorm and still having the Expanse in hand would be great. Like this, okay, pretty much nothing happened. But yeah, normally I want to, if I don't have Brainstorm in hand already, I want to play the Terramorphic Expanse before I play the Ponder or Preordain, so I can keep my library how it is, and how I want to set it up with the Scry effect from Preordain or the index of the Ponder. But that's a small thing. Sometimes it's better to play the Ponder than the Expanse if you are looking for one specific card. Like this, I was looking for some cards. Right now, without Kiln Fiend or Nivik Cyclops, our hand doesn't do that much. And if our Delver refuses to flip, that would have been very bad. Now Smash to Smithereens is nice. So we can get rid of something like the Myr Enforcer here. I don't think I want to play it on the Frogmite right now, or the Prophetic Prism. On the other hand, playing it on the Prophetic Prism here would bring our opponent down to 14. We could Gush also. Yeah, I think let's start with Gushing. Let's play the Gush. We have to, okay, play the Preordain, find Lightning Bolt and Gitaxian Probe. Both of them I don't really want to get here. I think I'm going to smash the Prophetic Prism, putting our opponent down to 14. 11 with the Lightning Bolt. I don't think so, but still, let's put the Probe on bottom and the Lightning Bolt on top, so we can bolt his Frogmite here and really put him down on cards and on threats. Now he has Perilous Research in hand, Carapace Forger in hand, and no green mana for the Forger, so he can attack us for 4, which is still a great clock. But he might be stuck on his green mana. There's a Perilous Research, and now he has to sacrifice his Darksteel Citadel to get more cards, finding a Seat of the Synod, but still no green mana source. So he has still Carapace Forger in hand, stranded, where 4/4 would have been great this turn. So let's see. Okay, drawing Ponder is great. If we can find a Kiln Fiend here, we are set up to kill. And again, we pretty much find nothing. So let's put him down, back on any order, shuffle our library and draw into an island, which isn't great. We are missing right now on 1 point, so maybe the bolt should have gone on to the face. Would have been at 8 though. There's a Flayer Husk. And attack for 4. This will be a really close game. There's another research. Sacking a Seat of the Synod. Interesting. I would have sacked the Germ token, I think. He didn't find something like land. Okay, Swiftwater Cliffs looks like a bad draw, and I think it is. On the other hand, okay, let's see. How are we going to play this? I think we have to gush and hope to find any source of direct damage here. Then we would actually win. There's a Lightning Bolt. So what we are going to do is Mutagenic Growth, our Insectile Aberration. Temur Battle Rage, our Insectile Aberration. And here Temur Battle Rage is great. So we have a 5/4 double strike trample in the air. So we are hitting for 10 and getting the Lightning Bolt from the top made this attack lethal. Otherwise we had to play the Swiftwater Cliffs, attack with the Aberration, and then our opponent would have had 5 damage and put us down to 2. So we couldn't have played the Mutagenic Growth. So I think I was forced to try and win this turn, which we did. So I think this was still the right play. Maybe, just maybe we should have played the Swiftwater Cliffs and tried to get off next turn, but I think this was better. Let me know in the comments what you think. Okay, so 3 more matches to go and we are 1-1. See you in the next match.